Don't want to give me my bacon? That's fine. This happened to me about a year ago, during the peak of COVID, and I thought I would share it. There were several restaurants that were struggling last year, somewhere near the peak of COVID. Several shut down completely and others fired all of their staff just to try to stay afloat. Around this time, my wife and I made it a habit to order takeout from our favorite establishments. We always tipped the standard 20+%, despite these always being takeout orders. One restaurant in particular forgot to include the bacon that was supposed to come with our order. The order was around $20 with a tip of around $5. So around $25 total. When you picked your order up from this restaurant, you had to park and come inside. There was no drive-through or curbside pickup. On this particular day, I picked up our order as usual and drove home. 5-minute drive. We immediately discovered that the bacon we had ordered was missing. So I called the restaurant. I expected to call and simply have them refund the $3 cost of the bacon. Simple enough, right? Wrong. This restaurant only had one person working the front, so when you called, you knew exactly who you were speaking with. When I called and stated that they must have forgotten to include the bacon, before I had a chance to ask for any type of resolution, refund, replacement, etc., this person informed me that there was a large sign in the restaurant instructing customers to check their orders for accuracy before leaving the store. As it turns out, the sign they mentioned was there. The instructions for checking your order was one of about 5 notes, hastily written on a piece of printer paper taped to a wall. It was out of the way, not obvious, and sloppily handwritten. However, I had failed to read this note and I had failed to check my order for accuracy before leaving the store. I admitted this, and asked them to either refund the $3 or I could come pick up the missing bacon. Definitely not a preferred option. But whatever. The restaurant refused these requests, told me the missing bacon was my fault, and went as far as to question whether the bacon had actually been forgotten, stating that they remembered packing my order. This is where the MC comes in. They had basically accused me of lying about $3 worth of bacon that was missing from an order. This conversation had escalated quickly, in the span of about 30 seconds, and I was pissed. I informed this person that they had failed to provide what I had ordered, and that I would be forced to seek compensation, all $3 worth. I asked how they preferred I go about seeking this compensation, hoping that they would succumb and just give me a $3 refund. However, to no one's surprise but my own, the restaurant told me to go ahead and file a chargeback, because they had video proof, and that I would lose that chargeback case. So, I did exactly that. I called up my credit card company and filed a chargeback. This chargeback was for $3 on a $25 charge, only $3. Not the full charge. The agent with my credit card company offered to simply refund the $3 several times, but I kept insisting that it was the principle of it at this point. So, I proceeded with the chargeback. There is paperwork that you have to fill out if a merchant contests a chargeback. About 3 months after initiating the chargeback, I get paperwork in the mail that instructs me to provide all of the proof I have. I provided no proof, other than a recollection of what the merchant had stated, including them stating that they had video evidence of the bacon going into my order. I felt like I had already won at this point. It was costing them time and energy, and I was happy to fight the fight, all for the sake of $3. A couple of months after I submitted this follow-up paperwork, I get a letter from the credit card company stating that they had decided in my favor, and that the merchant was forced to credit me the $3. A big win for humanity. What many people don't know is that a chargeback costs the merchant, especially small merchants. And this cost can easily be upwards of $100 despite the chargeback being for only $3. Additionally, if a merchant has enough chargebacks, a card processor may increase the merchant's rates, or discontinue a contract entirely. Basically, any chargeback a small merchant has on their record is bad. So, in all, the restaurant instructed me to file a chargeback. I wasted a ton of their time. Ended up costing them in the neighborhood of $100 for the chargeback fee. And won the $3 that they should have just credited me in the first place. What a strange hill for them to die on. The phone call alone probably made them lose money from how much time they spent on it. This is some Larry David level shit. I approve. Clerk. But the notice was on display. Quote. Op. On display? I eventually had to go down to the cellar to find it. Clerk. That's the display department. Op. With a flashlight. Clerk. Ah. Well, the lights had probably gone. Op. So had the stairs. Clerk. But look. You found the notice. Didn't you? Quote. Op. Yes. Yes, I did. It was on display in the bottom of a locked filing cabinet stuck in a disused lavatory with a sign on the door saying, "Beware of the leopard." Is there an R, nuclear pettiness? Man, I wish I could be as hopeful as you thinking last year was the peak of COVID. Fuck me. Who'd they have working the counter that day? Ebenezer Scrooge? A win for the little guy. I worked in fast food several years ago and I used to happily replace anything missing if they said it wasn't there. Not worth the hassle. Reminds me of when every time I ordered through Uber Eats from a particular branch of McDonald's, they would never include the dips. Even with bloody McNuggets. McNuggets without the sweet and sour dip are just sad. I always try to ask for any rectification. Even just asking the restaurant to be more careful in the future through Uber Eats. However, they would be unhelpful and rude. They literally said that the dips with 20 McNuggets were a free extra. I mean, sure, they are included, meaning I don't have to pay extra to get them. However, they are part of the meal and you are made to choose what dips you want. I even compared it to them to having options of what cheese you want on pizza and then the pizza coming with no cheese to no avail. So I just told my credit card company exactly what happened. Every single time it did. Mind you, this was about 20 orders. Each worth about 10-15 pounds. I would usually get a burger meal and nuggets. I just said, do what you think is justified in this situation. Now, I have American Express. They said, paraphrasing, this is unacceptable from our partners. We are refunding you for the full amount for all of the orders. I bloody love Amex. At this point I took a bit of a pause from ordering from them. However, next time I did, all of the dips were there. Every time. Also, I was told the branch is under new management and they replaced most of the employees. Made me happy. What is really funny is, I've never had a chargeback take more than 5 to 10 business days. Actually, I don't think I've even had it take a full 5 days for them to say I'm getting a credit. The fact that it took months and a letter means that place was putting up a fight against your bank for a long time. This so wrong from a business viewpoint. I sell trees. They come with a 14-month warranty. But I don't check. Someone brings a tree back. I exchange it. Sometimes as well over 14 months. About 80% of them spend as much as the tree in addition. So overall I break even. I lose on the replacement tree, but make my costs on the additional sale. And I get goodwill. So my question is, did you order from them again while this was all going on? Because if not, then they lost out on more money. Not only cost them a PPX $100 but also the loss of goodwill, and then further, the continued reminder to you, the customer, of how they've lost your goodwill. All for $3. Poor decision from a marketing standpoint as well. Is this place still in business? I am always nice to the staff at my local breakfast place. As a result, I sometimes get extra bacon with my takeout order. It pays to be kind. We have video evidence. Do a chargeback. Quote. Or, bear with me. OR. I'm sorry to hear that. Sure. Let me look into that. Can I take your number and call you right back? Then, review the videotape, confirm what happened, and follow through accordingly. On top of this satisfying malicious compliance, it sounds like they lost even more money if you stopped frequenting this place. Nicely done on the follow-through. I leave a lot of 5-star reviews on establishments, and when they deserve it I leave a 1. You would be surprised how much they really hate those. In the mid-80s, I owned a hobby shop with 2 partners. One day I heard the partner getting into a rather loud discussion with a customer about our responsibility to fix his radio control car. So I intervened. I told the guy the first didn't know anything about the car, but our radio control guy would be in the morning. Would he leave the car with us? We'll fix it for free. Next day in the parts. And if it breaks again, we'll fix it again on the house. It cost us $10 on a $150 car. The guy came back and spent another $600 with us because he was satisfied. Were we responsible? Probably not legally, but it's just good business. So over $3 this Nimrod got bad publicity, a knock on their score, a bunch of expenses, etc. And you'll probably never go back. For the love of God. If it were me, I'd have handed you $3. A pile of bacon in a carry-out bag. Apologized profusely. And probably given you a card or 2 for a free drink. A screw-up is an opportunity for stellar customer service. Bruh, this is the peak. Was the one person working there an owner? I'd hate to rag on a small business if a rank-and-file employee decided to cause trouble over $3 worth of bacon. Nice job. Myself. If I order takeout or delivery and the order is fucked up in a small way like that and I still get to eat, I just let it slide. Especially during COVID, because everything is a giant cluster F at the moment. But good on you for sticking to your guns. I want to hear the other side of the story where management chewed em out over food cost. BC bacon is extremely expensive. No more free bacon. Quote. Sure. You got it, boss.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.